So this is one of my favorite arguments surrounding the debate of whether or not haki was planned from the beginning, because if you think about it for even a second, you realize just how bad of an argument this is. As the argument goes, haki needed to be planned from the beginning, otherwise there was no way to harm logia users. But this argument is completely ignoring the fact that the very first logia user we are introduced to is introduced at the exact same time as the original counter to logias. Smoker was the first logia in the entire series. And what is on his back? That's right, a sea stone weapon. A weapon that is a direct counter to not only logias, but all devil fruit users. Now, people will argue at this point in the series that that's not a good counter because sea stone is very rare. But when it was first introduced, we don't know that. Oda could have made it crazy plentiful. Every pirate on the sea could have had some sea stone. But as he wrote the story, he made it so that sea stone was not a very common material. So that leads us to the second logia weakness. Elemental counters. One of the very next logias we meet is defeated by finding an elemental counter to his devil fruit. And then once again, the very next logia after Crocodile is defeated with an elemental counter. None of these characters required haki to defeat. In fact, narratively speaking, having to find the elemental counter to a logia to defeat them is a far more compelling narrative device than just a magic energy that lets you punch them. Haki was not created specifically to fight logias in the story. Haki was created to elevate the combat in the story to the next level. And it just so happened that one of those elevations was allowing people to punch logias.